Here I am, Leon C., aka Morpheus. You are now listening to the Academy of Wow Men. I'm going to go ahead and do my best to make this very short and sweet. I'm going to share with you guys something that I think you might be intrigued with, and you might be this person. And the disclaimer is, this isn't spewing dogma or hatred or you can call that a dissension within the ranks, nor trying to further spew negative, false information into the society. I'm simply talking about subjects, as I always do. If I say a name, it's to give credit to those particular and specific people, because there's some talking points that don't belong to me, it belong to others. There has been plenty of men who have come before my time. I should give you a whole list of them. I wrote them down. I could name plenty of guys who I've heard of and known of in the past, and you'll be surprised who I know. You will be surprised. I can come up with 20 names right now who's on social media right now. You'll say, wow, LCM knows this guy? I do. Yes. That guy you think I know right now, I probably know that guy. I listen and I learn as well, but you notice my content is uniquely my own. That's right. Regardless of who I listen to or and follow and understand and or is around, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised who LCM knows. You'll be surprised who I've rubbed elbows with. Will blow your effing mind. You'll say, whoa, he knew that guy? You'll say, maybe I should have subscribed to Morpheus to begin with. Yeah, you should have, but that's on you. Sometimes the more you know, the better. Sometimes the less you know, the better, depending on the situation. You don't need to know everything. Sometimes that's the curiosity that could break the cat's legs. Sorry for the image. But in this discussion is about the blind husband. Okay? And what about the blind husband? Well, there was several audios, about 3 or 4 of them, when I said things about married men. Married men are ignorant, or married men don't know much. Married men are weak compared to men who are single, etc., 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 etc. Right? Well, I had a very decent, I wanted to make a podcast out of it and actually bring it up here so y'all can see it and or hear it. But the way that my world works sometimes is very difficult to do that, and it's the spur of the moment. You know, usually I don't bring my equipment with me everywhere I go, and I have my companions with me usually. If it's not one of them, it's 2 of them, or both of them, or it's all 3 of them at one time, and y'all don't need to be looking at them. They're none of you. Those my girls, they belong to me. Okay, they're my secret. They're the love of my life. They're that's LCM's stuff that don't belong to you. You know, with them, it's almost like giving you a walk through my house and showing you what my back door is, front door, securities, knobs, and it's none of your damn business. Okay, and I understand the blue pill betas. I understand men. I understand gossip. I understand and overstand the drastic effects of putting all your personal business on social media, because some of you are morons. You love the attention, but you don't understand that there are consequences behind it. Not to say that there's no consequences behind what I'm doing right now. What I'm saying specifically is, when you put a lot of content out there and you expose everything about yourself, you're a flawed species. You're a human that makes mistakes, and usually it bites your ass. And I don't take kind to rhetoric, and it is not that I'm sensitive. No, it's not about that. No. Let me say something about myself, as I've done before. Some people got questions about this alpha thing, alpha that. Why do I say this and whatever else? And we need to talk deeply, maybe another time. it's not going to be now about the definitions of an alpha, okay? And what is the bloodline of an alpha, and what does it mean to be, and is it important? It's not important, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not beating on my chest. Don't even listen, men. Man to man, it's not really that important. It's not. Okay, just be an average man. Just keep breathing. All right, keep living your life. You know, you're a decent dude. Whatever you do, you're qualified in just existing. Okay, so alpha, beta, what do you call that? Incel and etc. It's irrelevant. The only point where it matters is, again, understanding what type of animal you're dealing with. That's all it is. It's just everything has a category. It does naturally with whether it's vocalized or not. And so the point is understanding what that category is. Like I explained before, there's plenty of snakes. There's snakes that you can have as a pet, and there's snakes that you don't want to go near. There's snakes that will swallow you whole while you sleep, and then there's some snakes that won't even mess with you. They'll just swallow the rats or whatever else that you feed it. Okay. But if you want to live your life ignorant and not know what type of animal or snake you're dealing with, then you're going to find yourself hurt. You're going to find yourself in a drastic situation. So with that being said, when you understand how a beta acts, or some people say a shrimp, or versus an alpha, or a leader, or a high value man, it will make your life a little easier because you have a clear idea that this guy is a different animal, and you can move accordingly and not be disappointed, because you can be disappointed trusting a beta male. You can get yourself hurt. You can get yourself put him in a position of authority. He would destroy your business, or he will become a white knight dumbass. He will become this problem that will bring down your entire infrastructure, because you don't know that he's a beta. You don't know he's a weak man. You don't know he's a sub man. But you're looking for an alpha leader type man, but he's not it. So therefore, because you don't know the difference between a leader alpha type man versus a beta man, you'll find yourself in constant confusion. Life is all about learning different things and spectrums of things. That's why you got pluses and minuses. This is why you have, 2 plus 2 is 4, because you have to identify what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and what is A, B, C, D, E. You need to know what that is. This is why when you go get your eyes checked, if you ever did, oftentimes they'll say, can you read the bottom line? When they ask you, when you read the bottom line, you don't say, yeah, it's an alphabet. Dumbass, duh. Of course it's an alphabet. She or he is asking you, what do you see? Do you see E, F, G, K, or I? You're identifying what you see. If you don't identify it, you will never know. So you can't say, well, all men are the same. You'll find yourself hurt. Duh. You see a male, he could be a male if you haven't transitioned. But you need to know what type of guy this is, if he's going to be in your circle and or be anywhere functional around you. So this is why I bring in oftentimes alpha, so you can clearly understand that there's some details behind this. It's not a man throwing around a title. It's not a man beating on his chest like he's King Kong. He's, yeah, I'm alpha, man, yeah. No, listen, moron. Dumbass, moron, listen, if you can. Listen carefully, it's very easy. No, it's studying. This is why this is called the Academy of Wow Men. There's a reason why I'm called Morpheus, even though my name is Leon C. LCM, Morpheus, because it's an enlightenment. It's an awakening of something that you probably didn't know, or a breakdown of something that you know a little bit deeper, like the rabbit hole. Duh, stupid. So you got to understand what it is. Just like the discussions of what is a 304, what is a wife? What is a dutiful woman? What is a respectful, honorable, and worthy enough woman to marry versus a woman who isn't worthy enough? You got to know these things. If not, you just stuck the banana and you plugged it in your back pipe. And eventually, you're going to blow like the dumbass that you want to be. It's as simple as that. You have to prepare your future by understanding the animals that are around you. If you don't understand them, okay, life is hard for dummies. You're going to fumble the ball, and it's going to be your fault for being willingly ignorant. That's why the discussion of alpha and beta is important. Do I have to repeat myself or explain myself, or you need to take your ass back to LD class? Because if that's a problem for you, this isn't the academy for you. Go back to Disney. They love lying to you and make you look stupid and put magical wands across your face and tell you the unicorns exist. You can be that dummy. Not over here. Over here, we're adults. We talk facts. We're real men over here. We're grown men over here, not kids hoping and praying for something. No, we know what it is. It is what it is. Don't like it, you don't have to be here. Go tighten your panties somewhere else. As that type of alpha, myself an alpha, I don't put myself in situations that I know what I'm going to do. Meaning this, listen carefully. As an alpha, I am not going to put myself in a situation that I know somebody's going to get smashed. Now, I'm not talking about smashed as far as sex. I know that I don't have a filter. I know what type of animal that I am. I'm not going to put myself in a position where I know I'm going to act. Does that make any sense? It's like this. I'm not going to go to the meat market as a lion and know that I want the meat. I'm not going to go to the meat market at all. If I have an alcoholic addiction, I'm not going to go to the store. I'm not going to go to the liquor store, and I'm going to avoid going to the liquor aisles that is in the store because I'm an alcoholic. I'm not saying this is what I am. I'm just giving you an example here. I'm going to avoid it because I know that I am weak in that area. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy it, and I'm going to keep buying it, and I'm going to be stuck for the rest of the day. So therefore, people of my caliber, of my ilk, okay, would be considered as a gentle giant or a sleeping bear for a reason. It's called wisdom and smarts at times, not all the time. We're not going to put ourselves in a situation where there's going to be dramatic consequences. There are plenty of bozo men now who don't understand who they are, what they are, and they sacrifice their life before the mallet every single day. And they don't understand why are they getting fleeced. They don't understand why they're getting hammered in divorce court. Hold on, because I think something's loud here. Wait a minute, because you're probably hearing this. Let me straighten something out here. There you go. There was something that was flapping on the... I apologize for that. On the microphone, that piece of paper, I didn't notice that until the last minute. Oh man, probably messed up the quality, but it should sound a little better now. I'm gonna go over it and check, but I'm gonna send this anyway. So the quality should be a little better. I didn't notice that until now. So let me go ahead and speed up the conversation, because this is not what this audio is about. Okay, it's not about alpha or beta, so you can just go ahead and throw that over your shoulders. Just a little small thing. Okay, so it's not beating on my chest. So I move differently. Okay, basically what I'm saying, I move very differently because I know myself. After a certain point in my life, I realized that there's things I should not do. Okay, because I know who I am. All right, so it's like temptation. Don't tempt yourself. You can tempt yourself to do something bad, or you can tempt yourself to do something good. And temptation also comes with self-control. And I have a lot of self-control. So therefore, I'm not going to tempt myself to. It's hard. I can't say it here on social media. I'll give you an example. I'm going to give you an example. Okay. If I go into a room where there's, let's just say 9 men. And of course you got several other men in there who are just, they have a different class. They, some of them are married, unmarried. Some of them are mature, immature. And if I know that those men are immature, they want to beat on each other's chests, they like challenging each other for some reason, physically, or, they want to size up each other's chest and how strong they are and talk about each other as far as competition is concerned. Yeah, I can deal with jokes and stuff. That's fine. I'm not sensitive when it comes to that. Men are men. We joke with each other. We roast each other and laugh about it. Yeah, that's cool. But if I know that this room, I said no, not don't know. If I don't know, then I'm going to go in there and I'm going to leave once I figure it out. But if I know that room is full of men who are full of pride, ego, and they're blue pill, I'm not going to go in that room. I'm not. You'll say, why? Because here's the thing. I'm giving you an example here. I know what type of animal I am. Because if I go in there, I'm tell you right now, I'm not afraid of prison. I'm not. There's no filter there. There's no, it's hard to explain to you guys without you understanding. There's a lot of alphas who are in the prison today because they don't give a about what you say and who the hell you think you are. Once you get into the zone of trying to buff up against this guy, okay, he's going to swipe you like a bear and you're laying there like a pile of ground beef because you thought you was a tough guy. It's called, let me stop. It's not, this isn't about me. It's having self-control. So knowing what type of animal you are, you just don't do it. So therefore, I will stand outside of the room. I won't even go in there because I automatically know that if one of those soft, panty wearing, buck face, book tooth, mama raised, soft ass, feminine boy call himself trying to challenge me, the type of man I am, I don't care about you. I don't. And everybody in that room is going to find out real quick because it's going to be like me taking off my shirt and just swinging it all over the place, and that's you. So therefore, as a type of man that I am, and for you men who are listening, a lot of you are so passive, you self-hate, and you have no confidence in yourself. You let everybody else tell you what to do and tell you who you are. You are guided by your mama, who you call your wife, where you don't know about life. You think you do, but you've been married for 15, 20, sometimes 10 years, and you still think you the tough guy that you was day one. I got news for you. When you are with a person for a long time, you got to mitigate. You have to mold your life with this person. You have to become one with your wife and or your woman. Both of you have to walk life in a struggle, meaning relationships aren't easy. You have to work things out with each other, and you can't always beat on your chest, and she can't always beat on her breast either. She has to compromise. You got to compromise. If not, don't be in a relationship. And I'm not saying it's impossible to keep your male card and your masculinity while you're married or in a relationship, but I would tell you this, it's difficult to do it for most men. And most times, that's all I ever see. This is not trying to beat up on men today. This ain't men bash day. No, I'm telling you fact day. This is reality about the differences between married men versus men who aren't married. Men who aren't married got time to focus on themselves. They got time to see who they are. They got time to smell the roses that are on the side of the road. They have time to get in the gym and focus on all the details of themselves versus having this responsibility at home. called a wife or a girlfriend, however you want to look at it. It's very rare that men can keep their masculinity going while in a long-term relationship. Because a lot of times, if you do a statistic, I told you, it don't matter whether it's like 25 or, 25 or 15 to 18%, you're irrelevant according to the whole. Majority of the time, men who get involved in relationships and our marriage get soft. You transform to be into the woman that you married and or that you in a relationship with. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you a clear example here, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, something that you can probably understand. All right. We are getting ready to go into a boxing match. All right. Let's say that I'm going up against a married man. All right. And he's been married for 14 years and he's a Christian, which would be perfectly in line with most of my conversations, because usually I'm talking about the subjects of religion. And I'm usually talking about how married men let themselves go, which they once had a six-pack. Now they got a powder cake. Okay. Now they're this scruffy beard, 220-pound looking Michelin man, puddle-ish, and he still think that he has a football, strong, college type of body. Okay, this delusional moron. Okay, so we're going to go into a boxing match, right? And we're going to get at it. Let me tell you something okay? Think about this. Let's put on our thinking here. This is not my opinion. All right, I guess I could have said that's a disclaimer. This is not based on what I think. Okay, this is based on what you know. This is the average reality. And it's no different when you go to the store. Most stores have bottles of water, right? In practice, it could be a mom and pop store. It can be a major grocery store. Wherever you go, even at car shops, there's some places, maybe, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, or some place like that. If you notice, especially in the summertime, all of them just about have a cooler. You can go into an auto shop and actually get a bottle of water. It may be a little pricey because it's convenient, but it's typically there. So it's that easy in this conversation to understand. It should be that easy for you. You got to be extremely LD. In a typical married man's life, and I told you there's exception to the rules, but I'm telling you most of them, okay? And let me tell you where this question come from before I go further, because I know I'm losing you here. 3 or 4 different married men call themselves chiming in. And they thought they could give your truly a piece of their mind. They say, man, I don't know what you talk about, man. I've been married for 20 years and, I still got it, man. I'll whoop you up right now. Man, we need to meet up, man. You want to go boxing? Let's go boxing, man. We gonna, yeah, man. Oh, you think, we're going to do some rugby right now. Oh, basketball? Oh, you ain't no good. Oh, yeah, man. I'm going to take you all over the court. I can do it, man. I don't know what you're talking about, man. And this is what I did, ladies and gentlemen. Stop. This is what I did. Put your thinking cap on with these married men. I asked them questions that are universal. Let me tell you what I did, okay? Now, we all have our own paths of life, correct? We all have our own struggles that we have to function, even though there is one reality. So I'm not going to say my reality versus his reality. I asked them about 7 to about 9 different major people. I'm not saying no names for a reason, on social media and in the public world. And I wanted to know if they knew those person and or followed them and or listened to any of their speeches. Okay. I mean, it's as simple as talking about, I can't say his name on here because he's been banned. Several guys who they're still on social media, and one of them who was sort of banned for being very aggressive, seemingly aggressive to the nation. But The guy said, no, he didn't know anything about any of the guys I've talked about. The only person that he talked about that most people know of, I guess some of them, is Kevin Samuels. That's one guy. And credit to him, shout out to Kevin Samuels. That's the only person that you would say that the three of the guys who chimed in knew about, but all the rest of the guys, they didn't know. Okay? Now, let's compare this to school. Okay, I'm going to get back to the boxing match for a second. So let me say this. That's where that come from, them calling in and pretty much trying to tell me that I'm wrong. I'm right here proving that they are wrong. I'm right. I'm going to break it down elementary style. That's why I'm talking this way and using, using examples that we know of, okay? So we're both going to become a doctor or a therapist. There's 9 books that you got to read and study in order to truly pass the class with complete knowledge, because you're going to need that eventually. It's better to have it, not need it, than need it and not have it and F yourself. Okay? I read all 9 books and plus. I've already explained that to you. And studies in the library, etc., etc. These guys only read 1 book. They only know about Kevin Samuels, and they only watched him for maybe 1 video and a half, got triggered, and went back to their blue pill beta lives of a married moron. Okay? So when it comes to the dating world, when it comes to the outside real world today, because they only even saw 1 lesson, they don't know what I know. Automatically I'm ahead of them. Automatic, because the reason why I can't say their names is because, there's reasons behind it. And they just don't need to be spoken about right now. But a lot of people know them, okay? Most people know them. They're all over the internet. Yeah, they're popular. They're not somebody that you just, what do you call that? You can avoid. You click on, social media, or you try to research something, they're going to come up when you try to have common questions. And the reason why I use these people, because they talk about dating, relationships, life, finances, in the world. And you got this married man who's not doing what? He's not keeping himself what? He's not keeping himself what? Hey, dummy, you in the back of the classroom. He's not keeping himself what? Up to date. Sharp, but yet I am. So automatically he fails right there in any type of debate, because he's a shrimp. His mind is still back in 1940 when he got married, okay? Or back in 1990, or back in 1960 or 70, 80. He's all the way back there. This is the 2020s. Women are different. Dating is different. You got to stay on top of your game. You got to keep your mind and your head into understanding how things are working today. That's the dynamic of reality. These bozos didn't know anything I was talking about because they let go of themselves. They just got comfortable. They got comfortable in their marriages. They got so comfortable where they're delusional and still think they got it. They can still throw a nice hockey puck. They still got they can still do about 20 push-ups in a matter of, a couple of minutes or something like that, a couple of seconds. They still think they can do 50 pull-ups in a matter of seconds, but let's keep going. Now let's transfer over to the boxing ring, okay? Since that's what they was talking about. Okay? Me and my 3 companions, of course, obviously, I got 3 of them. So all of a sudden, that right there destroys their ideology of being monogamous morons right there, because they got 1, I got 3. Okay? They suffer with 1. They got 1 bowl of spaghetti. They got 1 pack of Pop-Tarts that they got to eat for the rest of their life. I got several flavors. Okay? They go to the refrigerator. They pull out 1 loaf of bread. That's 1 brand, 1 kind. Got 1 flavor to it. Me, I got various. And can still pile on if I want to. And at the same time, they don't mind compiling on because it's good for them. We're not going to talk about that right now. Y'all don't understand how things operate. It definitely benefits them. See, American women, let me stop. Y'all just, see, we get into a different subject right now. I'm just going to put it like this. You defeat yourself. It's amazing how y'all think like a hive mind as women. Y'all march like women together, but you don't understand how to really collaborate this way will benefit you. Let me stop. I'm gonna quit. Because y'all don't need to know all that. I'm not even going to give you my secrets nor my cookies because you don't deserve it. The hell with that. Hell with that. Nah, keep going downhill. Burn your flag in yourself. Just continue with your stupidity. Anyhow, they benefit from it. But anyhow, we are all on that angle. I keep them on the edge. I stay in the gym. So I'm practicing all the time. My uppercuts, my short swing, my long swing, my dodge, my parry, and my breathing and my cardiovascular every day, all the time. And with them. All the time. What the typical, not all of them, typical married men do. Typical men, especially with a long, big family. They don't seem to understand how much of a priority staying sharp is, or staying in the gym, are staying acute and accurate with what's going on in the world besides sports and politics. Oh, they good with sports and politics. Tell them something about politics, they'll jump right on it. Oh yeah, man, you know what's going on in the Capitol? They good with sports. They can tell you about who's the MVP. They can tell you who's going to be going for the Super Bowl. They can tell you who's going to win. They can tell you about all that. They even tell you pretty much who the entire team is, whether it's football or basketball. But when it comes to maintaining his own integrity as a masculine male, physical masculine male, with his own space, they can't tell you, because the majority of them, they got to sleep out of their closet. They got to sleep out of their garage. The only space they got is in their garage. Everything else belongs to her and the cars. He gets the leftovers. He comes home and is happy wife, happy life. He got to do what she tells him to do. He's the husband / son. You know how I know this? I've tested them already. I've already tested them. I'm going out of town. Call them up. Hey, let's go. No, I got to see what the missus say. Hey, let's hang out. Let's go shoot some pool. No, I got to see what the missus say. Hey, we can ready to go over here. Well, no, I got to go home and take care of the missus. And, the kid they got an ear appointment. So you'll say, why is that important, Morpheus? Because that's his responsibility. You got to take care of a kid. He has to spend some time with his wife. Here's the thing. Do y'all know about the Chinese water torture? Uh-oh. See, I got all kind of ammunition for you, dumbass. All kind of ammunition. The Chinese water torture is, I don't think it's okay for me to tell y'all, because then, I might get in trouble for that. Because, you're showing practices of torture and how you hurt another human being. Well, let's just say you got to take drops at a time. And it doesn't bother you for the first few minutes. But as long as you stay there and this little bitty drop keeps hitting you, it's going to be even more dramatic a day later. Give it a week. This little bitty drop is going to feel like a hammer on your head. Okay? So when you are married, and all the times we say, well, I can't go. I got an appointment on Friday. Well, me and the missus, I got to see what she has to say. And no, happy wife, happy life. I've got to be dutiful to what's going on at home. The more they do that, the more they set that time aside, it will compile. That's almost like you save $10 every day. If you save $10 every day, that's going to build up over time. Over 15 years, 16 years, 20 years, that's going to build up. Okay? Versus a person who isn't in a marriage or relationship. They free to travel, to go where they want to go. They're a dominant male. They can tell the woman, hell no, I'm not listening to you. I can do whatever I want to do. I'm just joking. Well, I'm not saying he can do whatever you want to do, but he's just saying, well, I have my life to live and you're on my program, basically. If you want my last name. If you want to be in a relationship, there's standards here. Okay, basically that. This man who doesn't limit himself to a financial contract called marriage. This man who can up and leave and, go out of town or go to California somewhere, chill out for a few minutes. If the girl acts up, he can easily say, well, get gone. If you don't like it, too bad. Or if he comes back, finds out that she cheated, or she frolicked around, or she sold herself on the internet, all the crazy stuff that the modern women do, he can tell her to get going. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye another day. Goodbye, goodbye. I won't miss you another day. She's out. He can find himself another girl. He can build him another relationship. You don't have to be stressed out about her leaving. But you know what morons do? They soil themselves. I'm going to give credit to Tom Leykis. He was a major leader in the RP community. And he did not only show men, talk to men over broadcast, because he has audio as well. If you look him up, he got audio as well. Amazing. But he also showed in audio with the call-in show. He had girls that would actually call in, and it was a full-blown argument between him and, common women. And he proven to men that it will be better not to soil yourself in rotten and bad soil, in bad ground and bad foundation. Know who you're dealing with and keep your man card. He explained this all the time. And I think he said he was married like 4 times. But he had to learn. Sometimes men learn slow. And on that note, let's stop there for a second. For some of you who keep talking about men who was married and got a divorce, let me tell you something about men, okay? And again, this entire lesson isn't actually smashing anything over a man's head and putting him down. So I can say this. Stop trying to tell the world that because he's been married 2 or 3 different times, he can't give you no advice. Okay, sit your ass down or go somewhere else and get some education. Men love hard, but they learn slow that whatever that they love or they putting their effort into isn't working, because we are built to try to make it work. Let me give you an example. I watched the man when I visited a warehouse to pick up some boxes, right? And I was standing there waiting for my boxes, and I seen the warehouse worker, this one man. He walked over to this shrink wrap machine. Do y'all know what that is? Y'all should. And the shrink wrap machine kept breaking the shrink wrap every time he had to spin it. And I watched this guy struggle over and over and over and over again to challenge this machine that kept messing up the shrink wrap. And he was so diligent. I was laughing on the inside. I had to stifle my laugh too, because I was getting ready to say, damn, why don't you just leave it alone then? It's probably broken and misaligned. But I was laughing at the same time. I just didn't want to say anything. But eventually he ripped the thing off the shrink wrap that was there, and he put a new whole roll on it. And he had to adjust it, and he tried it again, and his face was, he was exhausted. He looked tired and a little bit stressed out, and oh man, men don't give up easy. For some people, or you can say the opposite sex, because they don't, I'm not even going to go there. When it comes to tough times, they rather run and find some comfort zone. But Men really try to fix things because we're born for that. We're told to be the leaders. We're told to that is our fault. You know, we're always responsible for practically everything. So if something don't work, we think it's our fault. If our truck or our car don't work, we're not going to blame the car or truck. We'll try to fix it, right? If we can't fix it by paying somebody else, a mechanic or a shop to take care of it, we'll do it ourselves. Hold on, I need to take a drink here. So here it is. What I'm drinking right now isn't really lubricating my throat. I know a lot about, you know, I'm into the health field and things like that, and I'm drinking a electrolyte hydration beverage, and I didn't think about what the name is, but it's probably like Body Armor, but it's a different brand. It's not saying it's probably equivalent to Body Armor, but something like Replenish. I can tell whatever that I drink when I'm talking, if my throat is kind of harsh for the first few minutes, it has something to do with the drink itself, because when I drink my green tea, I can keep talking and talking. Like I have a better time with it. But stuff that's very heavy, water-based or whatever it is, plant-based is always the best. This is more like a little bit of fruit here. Makes a difference. But anyhow, I do a lot of self-experimenting and understanding my intake. I'm very on to health and understanding myself as a male. Remember what I said earlier? Knowing who you are, this goes along with it. It comes with the territory. So when it comes to drinking and eating things, I'm always analyzing how it's affecting my body, because I know the differences, what I eat. I know what's going on with me. That's why I can say some of you betas and some of you self-hating men, and you're disconnected and you love chaos because you don't do details like that. If that's the case, the obesity rate will be lower than what it is now. You wouldn't have a powder keg, dummy. You still have a six-pack. You know, you'll still be in health, but you don't know yourself and you practically don't care. I do. So I can talk the way I want to talk because I walk the walk. How do you like those cookies? You can probably barely walk. Lazy ass. So getting back to the story here, or the lesson. Men love hard and men try. So when it comes to him losing a marriage or divorcing one time, most times he'll say, well, maybe it was my fault. Maybe I didn't love more. Maybe I didn't pay attention to her. Then, of course, don't forget you got therapists who are paid to not tell the truth. Don't forget you're most times on American soil, which don't tell the truth, which is rotten soil. Don't forget you're in a world that is practically in a matrix-like mindset, so they're not going to understand the true dynamics between man and woman because they think we're all the same and we're different. So therefore, they want this man to think that he's like her, and he's have to just keep trying and not understanding that there are two different beings, even though they're one human, but they have to be treated differently because they have a different gender, a different type, a different specifics that's required. That's just no different than a car. Like you got a diesel and you got a car, a regular four-wheel car. That's combustion engine. They take two different oil brands. They take two different brands of fuel. One take diesel fuel, the other one take gasoline. Although they're the same, you can drive both of them. They're both considered as transportation, but they're both used for different purposes. You don't put diesel fuel in a gasoline engine. You don't put the oil density or the grade of oil that goes into a diesel. You don't put that in a car engine. You're going to mess something up because they're different, although they drive the same. That's the same as man and woman. Okay? We're both human and we both struggle and we both breathe. And of course, there's equal rights as far as humanitarian subjects go. But you must have a different mechanism within yourself. You already have a different mechanism within yourself that requires different sort of services. Does that make sense? But you got marriages, marriage counselors, and divorce, I won't say attorneys, but mediators. You got counselors, you got people who have their voice in this game who don't understand the dynamic difference between male and female. They think a car is a truck. They think you can haul 80,000 pounds with a four-wheeler, dumbass, and use a semi-truck as a family passenger van when it's a semi-truck. You might be able to stick them all back in the sleeper, and all stuffed around and all that, but it's not really practical to drive a semi-truck through a drive-through. It's just not going to happen that way. Not typically. You can try. You can be the first person on the world's most dumbest drivers if you want to, but it won't be recommended because this truck is too big. It's a commercial vehicle usually, and it's for traveling across the country, not a four-wheel car. So, to make a long story short, just because he's been married 3 or 4 different times, that doesn't mean that he can't give you no advice. Men love, and they love hard, but they're slow to understand that it's not their fault. It was slow for that guy to understand that shrink wrap machine just wasn't going to cooperate. He was slow to do because he thought it was his fault. That's why he kept trying and trying and trying and trying and trying. I'm laughing. He's sitting there cussing the machine out and, get this mother, this thing needs a fix, man. I'm laughing. I was laughing. But I realized this is what men do. They just want to fix something in order to keep trying, and they blame themselves. But it takes time for those type of married men to realize it's just the American construct. It's just how modern women are moving now and how they act, where he needs to just let her go or stop trying marriage altogether and do something different. Or credit to Coach Greg Adams. Go free agent lifestyle. Stop worrying about these average American women. Once he began to understand that's just what typically most of them do or how they think whatever goes on in his marriage, and he realized 90% of them just aren't worth being with. Then he realized, well, it's not that he was failing at marriage, it's marriage failed him, the construct itself. So it takes a long time for him to learn, but he'll get it eventually. All right. So you have that. So that's in defense of married men who are trying to give advice that have been married 2 or 3 different times, that they may have something good to say. They just pretty much slow to understand the dynamics. Okay. So let me do the boxing here, and I'm going to close out this lesson because I know I did not leave that out. Okay. I just left it dangling on purpose. So with again, the Chinese torture, and with this married man constantly giving his life and time to his marriage and his willingly signed up contract of a relationship, where he has to give his time and his space, his meat, money, energy, attention, and time, again, that's CGA, to women. Guess what? He's not going to be prepared to box. He's going to lose compared to a guy like myself or someone else who's always in the gym and without any anvil. I don't have any restrictions. I don't have those types of contracts that's going to lead me to happy wife, happy life. Well, they're going to go work out Saturday. No, we got to take the kids to, here. Oh, we got an appointment there. Or you said you was going to spend some time with me this weekend because, well, you've been putting me off for 2 weeks now on your business, with your business. See, here's what a lot of married men will say. They will lie to you for the sake of their pride. They got a lot of pride for one, and they got ego, and pride comes before the fall, and it's like a blown up balloon where all it takes is a small safety pin and they will bust right before your face. They like to lie because men hold things in. They don't want to seem like a failure or a flop. So they'll lie. They'll say, well, my marriage is great. I'm doing just fine. I don't know what you talk about, man. I got time to myself. Okay, then why did you didn't go anything? Why did you not want to go anywhere on Saturday? Well, it's because I had to be home and yeah, you had to be home. Yes, you did. Because here's the fact. He can be this tough guy all he think he is as a married man. He's not going to keep denying his wife forever. Listen. If he's able to get around and go places and be free to be this businessman or whatever else, he can only do it for so long, because guess what? Oh, y'all not going to like this. I got to take a drink on this one. Oh, this is going to really wrinkle some people's feathers, but I'm going to say it. It'd be nice if this dump truck hurry up and move their junk down the road, because it's messing up my audio here. I know y'all can hear it. When you go out of town and you leave, sir, and you're telling me that your wife is not going to want you to be home and don't care about spending time with you because you're spending 99% of your time on the road, okay? I've been in a situation, as the man that I am, I meet your wife. Yes, I do. I will eventually come. I've been in situations before where your type of girl will get tired of you leaving. She won't like it. She will claim that she do. She likes your money, dummy. She loves that you're providing, and you come home once every 2 months, or every what was that? Every month, or every 2 months, or every 3 weeks, something like that. And you give her a little bit of attention. Women love attention, though, dummy. And she will tolerate it for a short amount of time. And women are like chameleons. When you get home, she's going to pretend like she likes what you're doing and she's comfortable. But on the side, she's talking to a guy like me. Or how about this? She's trying to monkey branch over here to me, because I'm not bogged down like you. I'm not in a marital contract like you are. I didn't sign the dotted line. I can go wherever I want to go. And my 3 girls, they'll look the other direction because they don't give a damn. So when you're gone, your girl is knocking at my door, dumbass. Since you think that, well, I can do whatever I want to do, and I'm a married man, I'm having fun. So here's the point of the matter. You got to go home eventually. You have to spend time with her. You don't have a choice. Otherwise, be single. Otherwise, get a divorce. But you can't do it because she will fleece you and take half of everything that you got. And she should. She is justifiably good to do so, because you're the dumbass that decided to get married. So you can't tell me that, I got free time. I can go wherever I want to go, man. I'm just as free as you are, Morpheus. No, you're not. I'm always in the gym. You're not in the gym. Even if you are, it's probably one day out of the week. I'm there all the time. So who do you think is going to get a KO when it comes time to a 9 round? You won't even make it through the first round. Who do you think is going to get KO'd? It won't be me. I'm already there. I don't have obligations like you do, making excuses. Well, I can't get to the gym today. I got to take my kids to Chuck E. Cheese. I got to take my wife. No, we got to go work on the car. No, we go to a family reunion. Oh, we got a cookout over here. Well, we're going to farmer's market. All these lame ass excuses. And you're going to sit up here in my face and act like this is my first rodeo. Bozo, I know men like you. I watch men like you. I am in a circle of plenty of valuable men who are married, and I know exactly what they do. I go places, I open up the door and invite them. They can't go because they're married. So shut that down right now. Stop talking and stop lying to yourself. I'm a man just like you are. I'm a man just like you are. And I know what it means to be obligated to your woman and to your responsibilities. And you got to take care of your kids and home. So you can't sit here and tell me, well, I've been 14 years in the marriage and I'm still good enough to run a marathon. Your ass is going to be out of breath in the first 5 minutes. Shut the hell up. Your kid's going to find you in last place, not first place. You're not going to be in first place. You got to dedicate your life and time to that and sacrifice. I know what it means to delegate your task on to just focusing on nothing but your career and yourself and whatever else that you got going on personally. When you do that, you got to neglect everything else. I know what it means. I know what it means to be a high value man where you got to focus like a laser on your business, on your career, on making money, on building a house, whatever that you would have to do to make it to the top. It does not require it. You can't have distractions. You can't take time off to go take a vacation with your family. Because if you do, that's time away from your business and what you got going on as far as focusing on yourself. Because I guarantee you, when you take a week vacation, you're not taking your ass to a gym. So shut the hell up. You're not taking your ass to a gym. You're not going to a boxing match. You're not brushing up on your karate because your wife's going to be sitting out there in the in the audience yawning. Somebody, baby, we're on vacation. We got other things to do. Why don't we go to the ice cream parlor? I want to go see the clothing that they got. Can we go see some animals? Let's go take the kids around the Ferris wheel. Look at these. I want some cotton candy. They do too. So, full good goddamn well, you cut 45 or more percentage of your life and your time away to dedicate it to your family because you have no choice. It's not going to fix itself, and she's not going to want to stay home all day, every day, while you're focusing on you going back and forth to California and Chicago, New York, and, North Carolina. She's not going to deal with that. She's not going to, because you're going to lose her eventually. I know this personally because these same girls come knocking at my door. I told you, I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. I know who I am and I know what I can do. These girls, over time, they will get tired and they don't give a damn about you in your 12 and your 13 years. They'll come to me. They will come to me because I'm free. You're not. You're an idiot thinking that you got everything made, that you can control the situation. You can't control the situation, man. Hey, man. Hey, you can't. You have to go home and take care of your family. You got to take care of your wife. You got to be attentive to your kids. And I recommend that you do. I love kids. I love them. I adore them. They mean the world. So you got to go home and do that for them. You got to take them places and get their teeth done and take them to the store and, do something for their birthday. You got to, because it's only a matter of time where your ass is grass. So you can't tell me, oh man, I'm as good as a single man. No, you're not. That single man, he's not obligated like you are. He's a free bird. He can go to the gym any time of the day. First shift, second shift, third shift. He can stay up 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning and not worry about some girl laying next to him. Hey, what's wrong, baby? You can't sleep? Come lay down. Something's wrong with my husband. I need to go get a therapist. He look like he's stressed out. Is it me? Am I gaining weight? You sitting there like, nah, baby, I'm just sitting up, watching TV. 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep. Well, I just want to do it. Excuse me. Now, I'm not saying there's no exceptions to the rules, but I know human nature, and you can't do that to the modern woman in America, where you as a man will get married to her and you can go and be free as a bird without her not requiring your attention and our time. Because when she does not require that, you can go and be free as a bird. Guess what she's doing when you gone? Survey says she's having fun with me, or she's having fun on social media, or she's doing things that you would never know that she's doing. And you don't care, and at that point, she don't care because it's premeditated thought. I've known wives that came to me, right? Listen, I know y'all thinking I'm beefing my head up. Listen carefully. I'm trying to tell you the truth here. I'm exposing the truth. I'm trying to help you men out. I'm not dogging you out. I'm trying to help you. I've said this before on my other audio. You think I'm playing. You think I'm playing. You don't understand how much of a fly trap I become. It's like this. Because of a lot of you idiot men, I can become like a fly trap, like one of those sticky tape things, or those light zappers, where because you don't attract them anymore, because you think you this macho man who can just get married and disappear, they're going to come over here and zap, you're gone. They premeditate where before I even have a conversation with them, first of all, I don't know they're married until they say something. And then the flirting happened. And then I question, hey, you were supposed to be married. And then she say, well, I don't care because I've fallen out with him. And then she'll say, well, we've been together for 12 years and some. And then she'll say, the type of guy that you are not anymore. Did you hear what I just said? The type of guy that you are not anymore. She got bored with you. He ain't never home. All he want to do is just go over here, and she premeditates. Because when you go home, you think everything is okay. You have no idea she was just talking to me. And she'll come to you, hey, baby, how you doing? Hey, I love you, whatever. You want to act like she acts strange? Do you want to understand why she wants space from you? You want to know why she's glad that you're not at home? You want to know why she's content when you're gone for 2 or 3 weeks? Because she's playing with another ball of yarn. That's right, baby boy. That's right. That's right, baby boy. So once again, you can't sit here and tell the world or me or anybody else on social media that you got it all locked away and you're still able to go around and do whatever the hell and you're a free man. Get the hell out of here. Sit your ass down. I don't know who you think you lying to, because you do that for us. Do it. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead. You're going to find yourself single again. And your ass in divorce court, her taking half of what you got. See what type of single man you are now, living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and kids is with her. And now you're paying child support and alimony because you a dumbass. So, full good goddamn world. You at home talking about happy wife, happy life. She wants to do something on Friday. Well, I got to do what my mother tells me to do. She want me to go polish her car? I got to do what she wants me to do. Happy wife, happy life. Well, I want to go polish up on my boxing. I might as well just go ahead and, I guess I got to forget about it this week and go home and wax her car. Happy wife, happy life. Why, men like me and others, we still in the gym. Left, right, left, right, left, right. Dodge, bob, weave, kick, parry, breathe, short swing, long swing. Uppercut, long cut. And you sitting there watching TV next to her, Netflix, while your kids in the front room chewing on some Cheerios. Cheerios all over the floor. Their face got like smudges of, look like chili. Toys all over the place. And you just sitting there with pot belly. The only thing you got to call your names is little bitty trinkets of things that's in the bedroom that you call trophies from when you was in, football. In your high school days. Your ROTC uniform sitting there, never even touched it. You can't even fit it no more because now you're fat. Then you won't sit up there and say you can take on a man like me. You got me messed up. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna say that. I was gonna say something. Lord have mercy. No, I'm not going to hell today. I'm not going to hell today. There will be something messed up if we got in the boxing ring. Okay? There will be something messed up. But you don't have me messed up when it comes to that type of thing. No, you'll be messed up. Because you sitting here talking about, well, you know, married men got it made. No, you don't, sir. No. Because more than half of the populated, let me stop. It's evidence that married men aren't as happy as they claim to be. There's no way you can be. You can't even sell marriage to the population today in America. You can't even make it enticing as a man. You're supposed to be a leader. So who the hell you think you're trying to put a cloak on top of? Who you trying to fool? Yeah, man, you should get married and have kids. It's the greatest thing, and it takes a little bit of work, but I'm okay. Yeah, and I see you like 5 years later, and you're looking like your grandpa. You got a powder keg. You're 60 pounds heavier. You're balding. You got saggy eyes. You don't even drive your motorcycle anymore. Your breath smell like shh. You got stains on your shirt. You can barely walk. You limping. You're tired. You can't even sleep. You got sleep apnea. And now you're diabetic. Who the hell you think you're talking to? Sit your ass down. Sit down. Sit down. Because to maintain your greatness takes sacrifice. That's why I am very thankful for my 3 companions. I'm glad they're just like me. I'm glad that they are from a different country. I'm glad that they're serious about our oneness. I'm glad. Because they got my energy too. I'm a kick-ass man. They're kick-ass females. So if I wanted them to deal, I ain't going to go there because y'all know what I'm getting ready to say. They got it over there in their gender. Okay, they will be, if there is a such thing as an alpha female, they will be alpha females because I gave them my lessons. I gave them a piece of my life. Okay, and I like it. And so because I've chosen and got the pick of the litter, see, there's a statement that a lot of people don't understand. Women, listen, women date who they want to date. Men date who they can date. That's how things operate. Can don't mean want. Can means option. Uh-oh. Can means option. This right here validates a certain podcast who says men are only as faithful as their options. Because if men can only be with women that they can be, because women are the gatekeepers of intercourse, men are the gatekeepers of relationships, guess what? They're not really choosing who they really want to be with. They're choosing who they can be with. So a lot of times they make bad decisions. A lot of times it's not going to be that go-get-it girl. It's going to be this girl who just want to settle down after having her fun in her 20s. So he's just getting leftovers. And so he says, well, this is the only person I can be with. Happy wife, happy life. I might as well be thankful. Thank God. I think she's an angel, which she's not. And guess what? She terrorizes his life. Thank you, Johnny Depp story. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you, Johnny Depp. Because y'all don't select correctly. And then you want to sit here as a married man and pretend as if everything's okay. You should be the spokesperson for other men to say, you know what? Hell no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't turn a 3 or 4 into a housewife. Don't do it. Like Medea. The grandpa, when he put his face in the window, he said, don't do it. Don't. No, y'all want to sit here and say, well, you know, it's okay. Happy wife, happy life. I'm trying. This is traditional. This is what you're supposed to do because this is the Christian thing to do. And your Christian ass is still in the divorce court getting robbed under the name of your God. How great is that? You don't sit up here and act like, well, you know, everything is okay when you have the power to change things around. But no, you're not going to. So don't jump on nobody's podcast or lie to other men talking about, yeah, man, I'm still tough. No, you're not. Nah. Most of you laid next to a snake and you got bitten. Most of you became Samson. Delilah chopped your hair off. And here you are, a fat piece of slob, trying to challenge a man like me or other men who are owning things and their time, and they own their meat, their money, energy, attention, and time and space. Just because you dropped your pride and you dropped your balls somewhere they're once supposed to be, that don't mean other men have. You need to man up and understand the situation you got into. It comes with the territory. You decide to get married. Two people becomes one, bozo. That's what it says. You decided to do it, so therefore you're not going to be as great as you used to be. You sacrificed yourself. You wanted to, like most of you idiots do. That's why you get your gray hair, you go bald, and you lose your testosterone, and you got ED problems in the first few years because you don't love yourself. You don't even know your value. I know mine. I know my value. That's why I can talk like this. You don't know your value. You sold out too soon, and you sold out to somebody who is not even worthy of you, but you make them worthy of you because you give them everything and get nothing in return. And try to tell me that you still like Hulk Hogan. Sit your ass down. Sit down. You're the Joker. You're not even as smart as him. No, you're the joke. I should have named this audio and lesson Get Real, because that's what it's about. Get real. Don't challenge me anymore because I don't play that. I'm at zero tolerance. And this is for other men who are single. Remain on guard. Stay sharp. Be you. Enjoy your castle. And if anybody wants to jump on your program, they got to jump on your program. Don't jump on theirs. You don't bend. You don't break. You stay masculine. Be the male that you always was and always is. And don't never look back at yourself and say, oh, I wish I hadn't out of. No, you stay on your grind and you be you. You don't let nobody change you. Because a lot of these guys, they're sellouts. Don't be sellouts like the fathers that came before you. Like these Uncle Punks. Don't be the sellout like them. Watch them. Look at them outside doing barbecues. I don't know how to do. Flip a burger or something on the barbecue. Yeah, man, it's what we're supposed to do. Every family reunion. Come on over here. We got a house party. Outside flipping ribs and burgers when his ass should be in the gym somewhere. He should be on the bicycle. He should take his ass on a treadmill, but yet he won't sit up here and tell you, well, life is good. No, you're a loser. You lost yourself. You sold yourself down the river. You're not the man you used to be. You sitting here like a shadow of the version you used to be. Don't come talk to me. You're a disgrace. So the point is, if you're not, then you never was what you was. You was just a loser in the making from the beginning because you put yourself aside. The whole idea is when you get married, stay you. When you get in a relationship, stay you. Whatever you enjoy doing, whether it's basketball, sports, rugby, or football, and doing soccer or pool, keep doing it. Don't lose yourself to be a loser. That way you can always look in the mirror and say, nope, I haven't changed. I am who I am, and I enjoy it. I fought for me. And there's going to be sacrifices where you got to sacrifice to give yourself your 10%. So they're always saying, well, you got to give 10% to the Lord in church because that's what you're supposed to do. Pay your tithing and offering. No, give yourself 10% and more. Start loving you and caring about yourself and start giving back to yourself and increasing your standards. Don't sit up here and talk about you're still Superman, but now you're crippled. Not crippled as far as nature is concerned. No, crippled because you decided to gain weight. Now you're fat. Now you're out of shape. Now you can't throw a football no more. Now you can't even run down the stairs. You're too fat to even fit into the jeans that you used to wear when you was in college. And that doesn't have anything to do with genetics. It means you got lazy. I've seen plenty of 56 and 61-year-old men who still look good and look better than you. He's old enough to be your grandfather or your father, and he looks better than you, common men. Walking around look like women. Y'all gain weight, then you grow your hair out. I can't tell the difference between you and your wife. Who's running the home here? Which one's the female? It's not you. You're talking about, yeah, man, my wife gained like 150 pounds. Yeah, but when I turn both of you around and I look at you from behind, I can't tell the difference. Because you're just as wide as she is. I think you had the kids. Triplets. I'm talking about, yeah, I'm still the man I used to be. Yeah, let me see you punt a football. Go ahead and run for 5 miles. You ain't going to make it. No, first kilometer, you on your face talking about, yeah, I'm still who I used to be. No, then you want to blame it on age. Well, I just got older. I'm 50 years old now. I'm 35 years old now. I'm 46-year-old now. I can't do it. No, that's because you let yourself go. This is a reality check. You lost. There are winners and losers. You decided to take the losing streak. Stick with it. Maintain your vigilance on who you are. If not, don't sit here and lie to the world, me and other people, talking about how capable you are. Be honest and say you lost. I'm right. You decided to take the low road and the low life profile, so accept it. But don't get in men's face like myself and others and tell us that you're just as capable as we are. You're not. You're bound and you're limited. Period. Y'all know who this is, Leon C. And that's the lesson for the day. Stay sharp. Keep your iron in the fire. If not, go dull. Go big or take your ass home.